Hi, my name is Michi Held. Welcome to Daily Drum Lesson. Today I want to talk about the first milestone you want to reach as a beginner. In this video I want to show you what to work on in your first couple of weeks or months as a drummer. So obviously this video is all for you beginners out there, but it is also for all the teachers who need some input on how to structure their lessons. At the end of this video there is one big exercise, the first milestone you want to reach as a drummer. It is all about knowing the basics and thinking like a musician. There are two things I want to get out of the way first. And the first one is your grip. And I have made complete videos just about this topic. But as a beginner, there is only one thing you need to know. Hold your hand just like this. It has to be absolutely relaxed. Then you put the stick in, and that's it, your grip. Make sure the back of your hand faces to the ceiling so you can utilize your wrist. The other important thing is your bass drum technique. Just make sure you don't put your foot flat on the pedal and play from your ankle. Lift your heel up, move your toes back to the middle of the pedal and play it from your whole leg. Anyway, let's start drumming. Hit your hi-hat 8 times with your right hand. We notate each hi-hat hit as a cross just above the upper line like this. Each note then also has a stem and we connect 2 of them with these beams, but we just ignore this for now. All you need to know, a cross up there is a hi-hat. As drummers we often count along while playing, but we wouldn't count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but rather as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we add our bass drum. We will play it on count 1 and on count 3. And now we add the snare on count 2 and 4. So this is what we call a groove. A groove is a repeating rhythm we use to accompany a song. Once you can play this, just put on your favorite AC/DC tune and play along. But let's check out some more grooves. We will add another kick drum right here and right here. Let's combine the first and the second groove. So we get this one. So what we basically did is we added a kick drum on count 3 and, right behind the one we already had on count 3. But we can also add a kick in front of count 3 on count 2 and. Let's add another bass drum on count 1 and. So this is very similar to the second groove we played. Let's get back to the groove where we added the kick on count 3 and. Let's just play that one, so we get rid of the kick on count 3. Let's do the same with this groove, so we just get rid of this bass drum. Alright, let's combine the last two grooves. We play a kick on 2-end and 3-end. So far I showed you 8 different grooves. They all have the same hand pattern and all we changed was the bass drum. But let's spice these up a bit. We don't always have to play the right hand on the hi-hat. We can also play it on the right cymbal. Or even on the floor tom. Let's combine different grooves. We will play groove number 1 on the hi-hat, groove number 2 on the right cymbal, and groove number 8 on the floor tom. We will play each groove for 4 bars. That is what I meant earlier when I said we will think like a musician. Because in music we always think in cycles of 4 bars. And the earlier you start to do that, the better. This is our groove chapter done. Let's get to the second chapter, fills. A fill is a musical phrase we use to lead from one part of the song to another. They sort of fill a gap. So let's take this really simple fill. It's just 8 hits on the snare. We will play a groove for 3 bars and then this fill. So we have 4 bars in total. There is nothing wrong with this fill, but it is boring, so let's orchestrate it. And this is where we use the toms. I only have 2 toms on my set, so I will orchestrate it like this. I will play the first 2 notes on the snare, the next 2 notes on the rag tom, then I will go back to the snare for 2 notes, and then the last 2 notes I will play on the floor tom. If you have 3 toms on your set, like most beginner drum sets do, then you won't go back to the snare, but play the second rag tom instead. So you go just in a circle around the drums. Doom, 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 doom. The classic one. And that is how I will notate all these grooves for now. Alright, let's start with some cool fill variations. Instead of just playing 2 notes on the snare, we can play 4 but at twice the speed. So instead of 8th notes, we will play 16th notes. We can also double the next set of notes. And we can also double the third set of notes. And of course the fourth one as well. Let's try to play through all of them. We will play 3 bars of groove, then fill 1, 3 bars of groove, and fill 2, 3 bars of groove, and fill 3, and 3 bars of groove, and fill 4. Let's take this one step further. Because we can not only double one set of notes, we could also double multiple sets. And there is a very nice way to write them all down. Let's say a group of 16th notes is a circle and a group of 8th notes is a line. So this one would be circle, line, line, line. Let's call this A. B is line, circle, line, line. C is line, line, circle, line. And D is line, 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 circle. So here are all possible combinations of circles and lines. I stole this from Benny Grabb's book, The Language of Drumming. He calls it the rhythmic alphabet and he uses it in a slightly different way, but it is still kind of the same thing. If you don't own Benny's book, I will put a link for you in the description below. I highly recommend you buy it. It is one of the best educational drum books out there. Anyway, let's go for some random fills. Let's go for J. Line, circle, line, circle. Or how about M? Circle, line, circle, circle. Alright, to wrap things up, here is your first milestone. What you want to achieve as a beginner drummer. You want to practice all the grooves 1 to 8 and all the fills A to P. And then be able to freely combine them. Always 3 bars of groove, 1 bar of fill. So you always think in groups of 4. Then you want to move your right hand freely between the hi-hat, the right cymbal and the floor tom. And to make things even worse, the first note with your right hand after each fill is always the crash cymbal. This might sound something like this. Once you have achieved this, you can easily play in a band. Just find some friends who play instruments and get started. Of course, there is a lot more. You can explore all kinds of rudiments, go in different styles and techniques and whatever, but this is the foundation. You can make pop, rock, funk, hip-hop, all these kind of music with this. Jam to your favorite tracks and just have a lot of fun. So enjoy. And that's it for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you like this, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to make more videos like this possible, consider donating to my Patreon campaign, and I see you next Friday. Bye bye.